Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And now he'll tuck it and run. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, you block over here. General West. Jim.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Hey, come on. Come. Mike 54.
Jones. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the curl. Watch the safety creep. Here, Mike. Switch. Here, Mike. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Rush in.
On 1st and 10, Walker. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Watch out.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Now Walker from the gun on 3rd down. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that,
and Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack on 1st down, Rodgers looking deep for Adams. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Push him back. Check Nick.
From the gun, Walker. Going for a right side here, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
To try again after the sack. Walker, and he's got the hook up to Moore. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Walker from the gun, he'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a 1st.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted,
and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 25-yard line. Check 37. Check 30. Jump out.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Lions 7. Packers nothing. 58. 54. I got you. I got you. He's crossing. He's checking.
On second down now, it's Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check north.
On first down, Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Packers.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Rodgers now to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdes-Scantling. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Slam. Bang. Right now. You got 58. Inside. Deuce. Check safety. Whip.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Come on, D. Hey, watch Sam. Check.
Rodgers now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Back. Hey, 88. Crunch. 25. Check 25. Hey. Cali. Strong left, Cali. Right left.
Tight go. Kill.
On second down, it's Jones. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Get ready.
They'll run it with Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here I come again.
Throwing is Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. We'll give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point put through by Succop, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Running from the gun, Johnson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo!
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Walker. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
You. Check,
Back to throw. Walker. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Rodgers. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
We got this.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
319.
45. So we got man.
319.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back.
45. Mike.
Yeah.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Jump out.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Check 45 to Mike. Hey, me and you all day. All day.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Check right. 30.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Devontae Adams. Incomplete. It's second and goal at the 6-yard line.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, not a big gain with that play, But what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Here's Walker on 1st and 10, underneath for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check 26, check 26.
2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Walker. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Walker now operating from the gun. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Walker. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And, you know...
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 22.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Under 10, under 10.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Walker. From the gun, he'll throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays an offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception.
Hey, flex. All right.
Now Jones. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Check the backer.
Hey, check 26.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Check 4.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Check 50.
We are going.
31. Check.
Okay, over here. Watch the shit.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
And here we go.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. You go tight. You got tight.
Throwing on 2nd down. Walker. Open man. He's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Operating from the gun, Walker. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
319.
54. Mike, 54. Watch the call.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Check.
Wide left.
Under crunch.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Check. Watch 54.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And that's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike 5-4.
Focus, defense, focus.
Shit.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
44's Mike. Check. He can't hang.
Now Walker throwing on first down. He'll get this one to Galladay. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. A first down carry here for Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 40-yard line.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Say. Fofo's the Mike. Mike Fofo.
Hey, I'm coming after you.
On second and 12, Walker. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Check.
Looking to throw. Walker. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Let's go, D. Big series right.
Hey, 88.
Kill. Mike.
Hey, Sue.
Mike 54.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first. Throwing now is Rodgers. Looking downfield for Jones. It got his man complete. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Time to go, night. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check 99. Jim, Mike. Jim. Mike.
Hey, switch gears.
Switch gears.
They'll go again to Jones. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
You got 58. Watch the safety creep.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Succop's kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Target. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. Go.
Walker going to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Here's Walker on first down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
He's telling right here. Tell him to right. Tell him to right. Hey. Boy, that's it.
He's back to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here comes the veteran Matt Prater in a big spot in this ballgame. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Prater's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check nickel. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, wahoo! Kelly, don't let Kelly. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Back to throw, Rodgers. This complete to Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All day. My 55. Hey. Here we go. Hey, Corbin. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
He'll look to throw. He completes it to Jones. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. And now here comes their final timeout, as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Back north. I got you, son. 45, Mike, 45. You're not ready. Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. 26. He's coming. He's to 50. We got double up. Hey, Alpha. Mike, 45. Jump out. Watch the slant. Go. Watch the slant.
45's a mic. 45's a mic.
Hey, let's get that ball, dude.
Now Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
And that last penalty makes his 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
Bravo.
Mike to the 5. Mike 5.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Check right, check right. Watching your clock. Switch up. Mike.
Flip it down.
Mike 55. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Yeah, Liz.
Kill.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead...